We're here with Espadas, formerly the guy known as Derrick. Alright, Derrick, you're here with Sings from the Underground because you run a competitor magazine.
I do.
No, you run a really interesting AZ Overload, which is a combination internet magazine plus radio show, right?
It is.
Let's tell us a little about that.
Basically, we cover, like the name says, we cover Arizona music. Phoenix, mainly Phoenix and Tucson. Like really nothing ever happens in like Yuma or Prescott or anything. So we just, what bands are doing and what bands are coming in, because like a lot of times the bands in Arizona fucking suck. They do, and then like, well, I mean they suck talent-wise, but they also suck as like, they bitch and moan that they don't, no one wants to promote them, they can't get any exposure. Then you message them, hey, send me some information, I'll put you on a website, I'll play your music, and they don't. You email an out-of-state band that happens to be coming through, they're like, oh, you want an MP3? Let me send you this whole like 15-page bio and like 50-page, you know, they're on it.
So you work with, as well as just Arizona bands, you work with a lot of
just whatever's,
national acts.
Yeah, whatever's going on in Arizona. Like it seems, just because it's so hard to get some of the fucking Arizona bands to get off their butts.
Well, how have you been doing this for?
Well, about 5 years, but the website's been, and the show's been going on before that. Someone else started it, and then they had a band I was in. I did an interview with them, and then they asked me to co-host. And then I ended up co-hosting for a while, and then she moved off to Oklahoma. And I didn't want to see everything kind of go by the wayside, so I kind of just took it up. And
awesome.
now we got some drunk friends that hang out with me.
And random phone guys?
Random phone guys, and like, I mean, and that's our thing, it's just like, instead of doing like the fucking daytime, hey, how you doing? Oh, yeah, that's fine. We're just fucking hanging around. If your music sucks, we're gonna tell you your music sucks. If you're being a dick, I'm gonna be a dick to you.
What you are? In a good way.
I like to call it charm, you know, and some people don't get my charm.
Tomato, apple, orange.
Platypus vagina.
Awesome. So as well as the magazine radio show, you're also a promoter. Alright, there's someone.
I hate that fucking.
What would you prefer, a show booker or a booker?
No, I just fucking.
Okay, let me rephrase that. You also put on local shows.
I put on local shows. There we go. Promoter is some douchebag with his hat like that, fucking saying bro every 5 minutes, selling, making you sell tickets and telling you that it's in your fucking interest to have to make him money. Hi, Tim.
You too? Is that a shout out to you in particular?
That was my dick move for the night.
Oh boy. I'd like to make for the record that that statement has nothing to do with Sings from the Underground. We have no idea who Tim is. For the record.
I haven't seen him for years.
Oh,
it's always good to get your cameraman drunk.
This guy's got a pretty steady hand. You should see my videos. So, who do you work with as far as bands that you book?
You know what? My shows suck because I get bands that, not even music that I like, but like people I like to hang out with.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be there the whole fucking night. Why am I gonna put up with someone that I don't want to be around?
So is that why you look for your issue suits? Because you want to hang out with them?
Why not?
You can be honest. You already talked to Tim.
I mean, like, and then I'd like, there's bands that just show up on time. And like, I want to go out and have a good night. Like, it's just, I don't want to fucking have to be like, hey, where are you? Like, just want to hang out someplace. I don't want to fucking have to deal with a bunch of babysitting. Let's just have some fun. Let's not sell tickets. I tried being a douchebag and like doing the money thing, and I'm not good at that. I'm good at being a dick.
Yeah.
Being a douchebag just doesn't.
Well, the show that you worked with Variation Suits was a lot of fun. Granted, we were super late and a lot of grinding going on for people in the band. as far as the show and the lineup that was really fun. I know they had a good time. And do you generally book in the punk genre, or is it something that's just? So I know years ago when I worked with you booked me as a blues person.
Yeah, well, we used to at the Hut. We used to do like an all-day acoustic there.
Oh, okay.
That that was just something different. I was kind of just getting started into like the music scene, and my thing is, where can I perform? Yeah. And it's at that time I was in this acoustic duo, and it's like, well, what can we do? Like a lot of places weren't doing acoustic concerts, so it was, I walked into the Hut, they weren't even open yet, and I'm like, hey, can we do this? And they're like, yeah. Brought in a couple of people, and we had a good time.
Oh, and book with the Hut. So that was like an exclusive thing, which is the Hut at that time. Yeah.
Well, and then I did coffee shops and all that.
Do you have any funny stories about cutting people off during a gig?
Fortunately, I'm a dick, so I don't have too much problem. A lot of the shows I do, it's my sound equipment, and I like it that way because I know where all the buttons are, and
including the performers.
Yeah, it's just fuck you. It's like I don't mind. Like if it's like you brought like 50 people and they're all into it, well, fuck, play on. But if you're there and everyone hates you and you want to do 15 more songs,
yeah,
I don't have time for it.
So that being said, if you want to ask us, who's your favorite band to play or work with, as far as just overall performance, professionalism?
I like, the Distortionists have been good. Drizzle. They're really good friends of mine, so like I dick them over all the time. They're my. I'll set up a show and I'm like, dude, you're absolutely playing at this time. Don't worry, this is it. And then I'm like, can you play last and only do 2 songs? And can you bring your equipment? And can every other band use your equipment? And they're like, yeah. So,
Weren't you in Drizzle? Or weren't you in Drizzle at one point?
No. I'm always alone.
Oh, cool.
But with one of their drummer plays in JJ and the Hugger Whales, my noise band. So.
Okay, yeah, that's what we can give credit. So
we had to kick out the one-armed guy that got shot in the head.
What?
He got fucking cocky, dude. He was a cool dude. He got fucking cocky.
One-armed guy that got shot in the head?
Yeah, he was shot in the head by his cousin when he was 13. So he can only use one arm.
You're only going to hear that kind of stuff at ceaseandtheunderground.com. Or hang out with this guy. What bands are you in at the moment?
I don't know.
More than one? More than 5?
Well, we're rebuilding Thrift Store Throwdown because the bass player just got too difficult to deal with. That's why, like, how can you fucking play in Tucson and be a fucking rock star? Like, just fucking enjoy playing. And so that one, looking for a bass player and a drummer. I have another project called Affirming the Consequent. I just found out it was on Spotify today, so that was kind of cool. Like, I Google myself a lot, so found out I was on Spotify, and that was kind of just like a collective. So we get together whatever once in a while. I record and make noise, and then like we'll do a show every once in a while, but like. It'll be new people every time, so the songs are always different.
What's the name of that band?
Affirming the Consequent.
What kind of music is it?
Like KFNA, emo, oh my god. And a lot of experimental shit. It's all the shit that I can't get people in other bands to do because they say that's wrong. You're not supposed to do that, and I'll be like, does it sound cool? Yeah, you're not supposed to do it. Oh, fuck yeah. But it's like my little Radiohead Pearl Jam. Shoegaze.
Shoegaze. What's that term again? I've never heard shoegaze. Oh, shoegaze. So, how do we find you if there's a band out there that wants to book with you, how do we get a hold of you?
Facebook.
Which is?
I don't know.
www?
Yeah, I don't know that shit. I guess you just put in my name and
You can go to SFtU.com and I will have a link up
and my
tonight.
phone number's on there, but as everybody knows, I don't answer my fucking phone.
No.
Except for like maybe like 4 months later, I'll be like, dude, you called. But yeah, if you go to actually Derrick, Derrick at AZ Overload, I actually check that email every once in a while.
And if we wanted to get a band on Arizona Overload, how do we go about doing that?
Just hit me up there, either there or Facebook. AZ Overload has a Facebook page. I assume it's Facebook/.
Again, you can go to Susan Underground Facebook page and get all the information.
Yeah, basically the easiest thing is to get a hold of you.
That'll work too.
Or like call into the show. Like we do the shows, we record the shows. Call in. Like one of my things is people will say how mean I am to them. But I have always invited everyone to come to one of my shows and review one of my shows. No one has ever done that.
Well, actually, we did review one of your shows.
Did you? How'd I do?
You did pretty good. Yeah, it was a good review.
That's right.
It's actually at SFtU.com.
Fucking awesome.
It was a Halloween show that you radiation suits and Sterling 202s. That was good, man.
Yeah, that was our show.
That was a fun show.
See, I'm gonna bitch about the person because I know they won't even see this. But like, okay, we play these little joints that I like. TLMS, Topaz, those are like my kind of joints. We have a good time, and then people are like, they have a good time, and then they bitch that they don't want to play there. They'd rather play like these Fourth Avenue places. Not have a good time.
What's that about this? You know.
Not have a good time, but then want to play back there again. I'd rather play someplace I have fun.
Yeah.
So we just got to butt ahead. They want to be a rock star, and I just fucking want to put on some dresses and show my guts.
Your show, you seem to have guest co-hosts on occasion.
Yeah.
I was one of them last week sometime. I was one of them one time. I had a great time. It was fun. I had the band. You were honest with your opinions about the band. You were honest to them, which I found very admirable. Do you do that often with the guest speakers?
Yeah.
Or?
I mean, my thing, and there's people who don't like it.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you check on the website, there's some reviews I've done of bands, and like, they're not nice, and people are like, well, fuck you, and what the fuck do you know? My favorite one was, what the fuck do you know? My girlfriend says my band is awesome.
So it's the bands that you get the heat from as far as...
My thing is like, if you say every band is good, what it loses power. Like, if I see a band that's really good and I say, oh, you're good, they're like, well, the last 15 bands you said were good and they suck. You know, so if a band's good, I say they're good. And there's like the ones we talked to on the show. Like, I'm like, it's not my thing, but I still like it. Like, you know, and I think the thing is, if you're gonna put yourself out there expecting everyone to fucking kiss your ass, then you don't belong to be out there. Like, there's people that don't like me. Well, cool, and I'm glad, because like most of the people who don't like me, I'd fucking probably be disturbed if they did.
I like you.
And I'm disturbed that you do.
In a good way, right?
Yeah, let's go. Where's John?
Who's John?
I thought John did your thing here too.
Who's John?
Mars.
Oh, Johnny Boy. I call him Johnny. He's a guest writer. He doesn't do too much live stuff with us. He does live reviews once in a while.
He's my hero. He's an accountant.
What about me?
What do you do?
I count things. I'm a journalist, magazine writer.
Do you actually make money on this?
Technically, or figuratively, or
Either,
honestly.
any of them.
No,
yeah.
and no.
So like, and I think that's cool, because like we don't make any money either. We're trying to find a way, but
Trying to find a way.
and that's the thing. Like, it's hard. Like doing these fucking interviews and fucking. That's why I get frustrated sometimes, because you try to try to do something, and it's like I said, like bands are fucking difficult.
Because I noticed like what you do is you don't care what they are. It's from the bands like we're from we want metal and punk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you were just like yeah whatever. So that's what it's admirable about what you do is because you don't give a shit who they are. You're like, we're in town. Let's call this guy. Okay.
Well, I mean my musical interests are wide, but at the same time it's like because within the last couple of years we started doing like DJs too, which isn't my thing, but. They're fucking out there too.
Yeah.
And like I've learned from them too, because like we had one from New York, and I'm interviewing her, and I'm like, and I was straight up with her. I'm like, I don't understand what the big fucking deal is about being a DJ. You're fucking playing other people's music. You fucking suck. And she's like, look, throw on Zeppelin. And she's like, I used to listen to that. And she's telling me how she's doing her cuts to like do that. So then I started listening, and I'm like, oh, I can kind of see what she's doing. And then I got some turntables, and I'm like, I could fucking do this. I'm like, all right, it's a little legit.
Not too good.
Yeah, so if you're fucking doing vinyl, I got respect for you. If you're this fucking little emo bitch with your iPod and your playlist, then not so much.
That was the best. This is my new favorite. So what's next for AZ Overload?
We're gonna try to make a little money. Not a lot, just to at least cover some expenses and shit. And we're gonna start doing like food reviews and like movie reviews,
Nice.
but like movies that have been out for a long time are at like the dollar theater. So we're gonna start doing like dollar theater reviews to like, is this movie worth $1.50 on Tuesday night or not?
Very nice.
And then like we've just been hitting up restaurants and like checking that, try to expand stuff and like get involvement.
Pretty good.
And just try to fucking, see where it goes.
So, okay, your AZ Overload is an actual web page, or is it just a Facebook-based?
No, there's actually a webpage. It's azoverload.com.
Okay, I believe. Yeah.
And we do a calendar, so like all the shit that gets sent, all those event invites that get sent to me on my Facebook and the AZ Overload Facebook page, I post up there. So like if you happen to be rolling through Phoenix and you're like, what the fuck's going on in Phoenix? You can go there and it'll...
Oh.
It's not every show, but it's the bands that give a fuck to put out a little event invite.
Yeah.
You know, same thing with Tucson. Occasionally we get something from Yuma.
So if
something
you... I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, fuck you. Fuck!
Sorry. That's how I roll. So if, say there's a band, okay, this weekend's a competition at the National Band, if a band or a promoter wanted you to come out as there's an overload and review that, is that something you would do?
I'm there.
Totally?
If I can get into shows for free.
So, but as not taking that into consideration, but as a journalist side of things, would that be something?
Oh, absolutely, and I've done it.
Yeah.
Just a lot of people stop doing it because they don't like what I have to say. There's a lot of bands that just don't interest me. There's a lot of fucking bands. Like, you can't all be awesome.
Yeah.
You know, and I recognize too that a lot of stuff just isn't my shit.
Yeah.
You know, and there was one that got upset, and I guess they're kind of big, and they're going to South by Southwest, and I did a review on it. And it was actually a buddy show up in Phoenix, and I love them. Blue Rose Band, they're like the Southern rock, they're fucking awesome. But this other band called Emergence is playing. They come out, they're like this indie rock thing. And technically, they're awesome. Like they know how to play their instruments, but they sound like every other fucking band here in Tucson. And I told my buddy that. I'm like, they sound like everyone in Tucson. And he's like, well, they don't sound like anyone in Phoenix. I'm like, I can appreciate that. But in Tucson, it's every fucking band that plays Plush every goddamn night. Like, I'm tired of it, dude. Like, and they're awesome. Like, I can't say that they suck. You know, they can play their instruments, but I'm tired of it. Like, you sound like everyone else.
Oh, you got offended?
Yeah. Well, I said something too, like, the first band that played sucked for different reasons, and I'm like, well, if you like going to Walmart and wearing mom jeans, they're the band for you. And then when Emergence played, I'm like, well, if you like buying $150 jeans and fucking buying coffee that no one can pronounce, they're the band for you. And so, like, on the website, people are like, they don't even drink coffee. And I'm like, that's not the point.
Again, I would like to reiterate that the views of Derrick Espadas, also known as Pablo, are not those of Scenes from the Underground. Just make that clear, guys.
I mean, do you go to every show and go, fuck, that's awesome?
Well, no, but we are, like I said, we are punk and we're metal, so we cut out a lot of the bad stuff.
But at the same
time, so far I haven't come across anything that it's just like,
but at the same time, like there was years ago, there was a band in Phoenix, and they toured. I guess they're kind of that ready to be on KFMA kind of thing. I think they've even did like opening KFMA day. They're called Digital Summer, and they called into the show, and I was actually behaving.
Why? What was wrong?
At the time, I was either just bored and just didn't want to fucking talk to them, or I was probably getting a blowjob during the show and just didn't have time. And they at the end they're like, so you're not going to tell us we suck? Like, so it kind of became this thing for a little bit that like bands would actually get sad because they wanted the honesty. I'm like, you're all right. Like, and I didn't tell them they suck. They were all right. They're not my thing. It was that new metal kind of.
Cookie Monster metal?
No, Cookie Monster is you.
By the way, thanks for that video. It was awesome.
You know, but it's. I don't know. I don't have enough time to be fake.
Yeah, you can appreciate that.
I don't want to be Oprah.
So when's your next live show segment? That's a good question. When is that? Do you do that weekly or bi-weekly or what?
We try to do it weekly, but like it's hard to get guests. It's like people that are on the show, even me, my buddy Carl from Drizzle is my co-host now. So, you know, getting schedules done and fucking, it's kind of hard. And then like, just life, and then sometimes you do get kind of burnt out. And just like, what the fuck are you going to talk about for an hour every week? And every week we say, hey, if you're a band, call in, promote your goddamn shows. And no one calls in. We've had people, though, that are like calling from out of state for no fucking reason, though. We've had a good time. We had this one old dude call from West Virginia one week, and he's just like, I just want to check you out. And we're like hanging out with him. And he's talking about how he fucking can't get it up anymore, and we're like, cool, man. And then we're playing bands for him. We're like, let us know what you think. And he's like, I don't like that. I don't like that. I'm like, cool, you know. So it's.
You love your job, don't you?
And it's fun. It's fun. It's a little frustrating sometimes, but it's fun.
It's not like gratitude. You do it for the love.
Yeah, and you know, same thing with the music.
Maybe, yeah, music. I love the music. Well, folks, that was Derrick Pablo Espadas with Arizona Overload. He also books shows. He's also in JJ and the Hugger Wells and Thrift Store Throwdown.
Affirming the Consequences.
And Affirming the Consequences.
I'm working on an industrial mariachi band that has yet to be named.
I won't be on that one. Trust me. Derrick, it was a pleasure having you. It was a great interview as we knew. I got one final question. What the hell is up with that hat?
What is it?
Was it a unicorn with a heart on its ass and the rainbow powers? Was it a farting on a rainbow?
I don't know. I haven't even taken it. It's just the gayest thing I could find.
Did you get that at Triple T or what?
Fucking rock the unicorn. It takes a special person to fucking be this gay and not gay.
That's true. Hey. Hello.
And yes, I meant that as a bad thing. Get over it.
Send hate mail at Derrick Espadas at Facebook///.com.
Something.
That was behind the scenes with Derrick Espadas from Arizona Overload. Thanks again, Derrick. It was a pleasure having you. Oh my God.